The power is back.
What's up, family? It's Too Cool TB from Powered by Vibes. We're back with another episode of Artist Discovery. We're continuing the month of March, which is within Women's History Month, by featuring some more women who are DIY musicians and part of the music industry in general. And we're going to do the same thing I did in 2021, where I selected a ringer. So we're picking a popular song from artists that has a bigger following. And we're going to compare what we're doing to this artist throughout the rest of this year. So the artist I selected is an artist that I have an obsession with, have followed for a while since she was still part of the group Chairlift, and have made references to more than one time in this channel. So we're finally going to do a reaction to one of the songs from the artist Caroline Polachek. I think Caroline is from New York City. Yeah, they're from New York City. I was right about that because that's what I remember. Chairlift was Brooklyn, New York. Anyway, back to the point. We're going to review the newer song called Billions for Caroline Polachek. And we're going to check out what's going on with this. And we're just going to react to it together. And I'm not going to say nothing else about Caroline. I'm going to be relaxed. Think about baseball. You know what movie that's from? Alright.
Black.
About that, and no, I'm not going to pull out the telestrator neither. I'm tempted to pull out the telestrator, but I'm not. I do got it out though. I got the telestrator ready for this video. I got it ready. Just in case. Alright. Stop being annoying. So the beginning of the song too, it had the little Outcast "Sorry Miss Jackson" sound effect on it. This is a pretty sparsely produced song too. Like it's just like a single droning synth, like some like alternative percussion sounds. So like choir singing. This is a pretty exposed song vocally speaking as well. So Genius.com gives Caroline a lot of love too. Shout out to Genius.com. Her hair got tangled in the grapevine a little bit. My old place, we had grapes. We had a grapevine growing. I killed it by accident though, so it didn't grow grapes anymore.
Headless angel, body upgraded, but it's dead on arrival.
Why's that water so murky? I like that little effect. That was interesting. So, Genius.com, the plot of this video is supposed to be that she picks grapes, she stomps the grapes and makes wine, and then gives wine to children. So, she does like a whole new level of like artsy stuff. Why they got ants, that they close up on the ants, I don't understand that part. It was still kind of cool though. They got the ants again. So here come the line right here. Okay. Her part is kind of fresh right there. I like that. Say something, babe. You know what I'm saying? The music videos, too, from like Caroline, they're all a lot more like, they're more simple. Like, there's not like a ton of stuff, like special effects and stuff. It's not Avatar, but she's making the most of it because it's very creative and interesting, just like the music is. So the beat's coming back in on this part. Interesting. Interesting. We'll see if there's any stuff after the credits. I got the recommendation to watch Bunny is a Rider. I like that song too, but I wanted to do this one because it was newer. Bring it back to my beautiful face. Alright. So that song right there is a lot to take in. I wanted to listen to it, so I didn't really do a lot of talking during the video to break down songs I usually would. So, part one, we're going to do my reactions to it and we're going to break down the song. So, it's interesting because even though Caroline is one of my favorite artists right now, my reaction to this song, like when I first heard it and even now when I'm coming back and doing another reaction to it, it's kind of neutral, honestly. The reason why is because, like, I'm indifferent to it, that's what I would say. Because, like, I don't hate it and think that it's bad, but I don't necessarily, like... My word that I would use for this, I don't necessarily like this song as a single. Okay, that's the only thing that I had to say about it that's maybe not as nice. Just because, like, this song is kind of weird and out there, and it's kind of like... It's a slower song, and it's awesome, and it's great, it's well done, but... This would sound good as like track 6, but for a single, you usually want to like a song that pops a little bit more. But yeah, to actually talk about the music now, so we'll break it down. That was what my first reaction was. I was like, the song is it's very interesting, but just it's a different choice for like a single. It's different, you know. But sometimes that's a good thing, you know. For those of you guys that watch these regularly, there's only a few people that do. I'm not I'm not dumb. I know my analytics. For the people that regularly watch these videos, you know, for me, just give me anything different. Just go for something, and I'm gonna give you a glaringly good review, as opposed to like if you just sound like everybody else, I'm not gonna really be feeling it. But go for something, and that's what I feel like she did with this one. She definitely went for broke with it. So kind of what we were hearing in there. Let's talk about the things that I like a lot about Caroline as a artist, as a musician, as a vocalist. The reason why I've been following her all these years now, since like the Chairlift days, because Chairlift has some jams, and the album Moth was my favorite. Because Moth, like, I feel like they made a perfect album and then broke up. But that's okay, sometimes it happens. But I think what she does really well, like as a artist, as a songwriter, as a vocal performer, both together, is very like the way that it's written is incredibly poetic. This is gonna sound like very weird. It's a very weird way to put this, but like it's biblical in a way, like the style of writing, like the way that things in the Bible are written, like in that old English type of a sound, of like there's a lot of use of like non sequiturs, a lot of symbolism, a lot of metaphors that are used in there. And like oftentimes the writing, the syntax of the writing in the Bible could be confusing and different. Just kind of like how this is, like the syntax of some of these lyrics is different than how we talk, so it's not always the most clear the first time that you listen to it. And this one, like, it definitely, the lyrics make sense, but like you kind of have to listen to it a few times or cheat like I did when the song first came out and go on genius.com and look them up and read it. And then it makes a little bit more sense. So I actually do like that because I think that's a very interesting way to write music. I like it when people make stuff that you have to figure out, you know, because sometimes, like, if I just instantly understand what you're doing, that's not always a good thing, because sometimes it could just mean that what you're doing lacks depth. So that's the first thing that I like. I love that kind of interesting poetic style of writing, the way that things don't always make sense right away, and it's just very different and creative. You know, it's not, because like the lyrics that are on here, like you could probably agree, they're not as simplistic and sing-songy as a lot of pop music is. So that's what kind of sets this apart a lot. And a lot of other songs too that she does too. So the other thing too is, like, with the actual vocal performance, a very interesting vocal performance because of how she can, like, take the words that she's singing and stretch them out like that and just kind of make all these incredibly creative melodies off of it. That's so interesting how, you know, someone can do that, to just stretch things out like that. It's very different. You know, not only that, but then, of course, with, like, all the, just the different vocal sounds and things that she was doing. Like, the part that I said was fire. The say, song to man. That was just fire just doing that. I'm like, you could have just did that the whole song and it would have been great. So yeah, I like that part of it. You know, just there's just a lot of good stuff to like with that. With this particular song, what I liked, also, like, with the production, I like how it definitely is kind of artsy and weird. Like, it's definitely very synth based, and I don't even have the words to describe it because, like, you got me beat. I know how to explain everything. Like, I over-explain every single song I review, but I can't. I'm at a loss for words trying to describe this song because it's just so different and, like, creative, you know. So I do like that. So now we're going to go to the critique section of the video. And believe it or not, for the first time that I've ever done a ringer, I have critiques. Alright, here goes the critiques. Because these are subjective critiques too. Because how can I critique this like a technical perspective? I can't. I'm only going to critique it from the perspective of what I personally would have liked to hear different. First of all, I touched on it before with my reaction to it the first time I heard it. It's kind of an interesting choice to make a single. That's my first critique. Like, this one, for a single, it's not like, you would think for a single it'd be something a little bit more along the line, Bunny is a ride, or you would think it'd be something more like that. It's a little bit more upbeat, more catchy. Because this song, like, it's great, but one thing that it is not is catchy. I'm just being honest. Like, the song, like the say, that part is catchy, but the rest of it, like, those melodies don't really get burned into my memory banks. Like, Money is a ride, or like, so hot you're hurting my feelings, can't deal. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't get burned into my memory banks like those ones did. So that's really my only critique as far as that goes. It's just that it's for a single, in my opinion, this was just a little bit too out there. This would have been great for track 6. Like I said, if I'm listening to it and you give me this, like, oh, okay, that's kind of different. It's a nice little artsy song right here. So that's really all I have to say about it that's negative. It's just, it is a little bit out there. It's definitely not a song that I go back to a lot as much as I do some of the other ones. But it is still a great piece. That's awesome work. And music video looked pretty cool. I like it. I'm not going to say nothing about the little... I'm trying to think of what's the peach that we saw. I'm just saying, we gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not trying to get in trouble now. Anyway, now we're gonna go and rank it under Powered by Vibes chart. We're gonna see where this stacks up against our music. Alright guys, so the ringer. This is interesting because this year I don't believe I'm gonna really put this one to number 1. Comment about the Billboard chart is not a reflection of the quality of the song. This is a list of recommendations that goes in order of the popularity that I think it will have when recommended to others. So it's about what's going to be radio ready. This is more of an art, This is more of an art piece, so obviously it's not going to be super radio friendly. I don't know, maybe some weird radio stations like in Brooklyn are playing it. I'm going to move this one to number 6. 6. I'm comfortable with it at 6. So my rationale, I think this goes above song for me. Just because this one, the performance or the production, everything in this one was immaculate. Just keeping it real, just being honest, not being rude to Sapphire Rose, but that one, just parts of the production and the performance just has some room for improvement. So just based on that, I'm going to move it above that. But for a list of recommendations, I'm not going to go any higher than number 6 just because I feel like Dead End Roads, it's a little bit faster, a little more upbeat. And I just feel that more people, they might connect to that one because it's a little bit easier to get. To use the same word I use for my boys, mainstream commercial nihilism, that's up there. It's more accessible. So that's all I have to say about that one. So let's bring it back to my beautiful face. We're going to close it out because I went over my 15-minute limit. So, Caroline Polachek, if you're watching, which I hope you do, that would be awesome. If you're watching, please leave a comment or like hit me up somehow. I will probably freak out. I'm going to go run around and go streaking down Main Street or something, screaming, Caroline, watch me! Caroline, watch me! Definitely do that. And, yeah. So Caroline, if you're watching, I like this song. This one is a great one. I'm looking forward to everything else that you're going to put out. Song you did with Charlie XCX. That, what you want? I ain't got it. That was fire. You killed your verse on that one. And everything that you do is amazing. And keep up the good work. So to Caroline, all Caroline fans, and everybody watching at home, love what you do. I enjoyed listening to this banger. I hope that all of you did too. I spread nothing but peace and love to all of you. And I will see you on the next review.
The power is back.